Hey, welcome to a special edition of the Slam Nation and the New York Nerd Show.
Wait, it's not Monday night? What's going on?
It's not Monday night. It is not 7 p.m. It is 2:20 in the afternoon on a Sunday.
Why are we here?
I don't know, but we're breaking the Sabbath, I guess. But we're getting ready for tonight's wrestling pay-per-view. And yeah, why exactly are we here so late in the afternoon? It's so early, so to speak, for Fastlane. Lord Cash, what's going on?
Well, we do figure that, Fastlane is going to be tonight at 7 p.m. on both the Peacock and the WWE Network. So we figured, hey, why not go ahead and put in our predictions as to who we think, because when we last came to you last Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, there was only 3 matches at that time on the card. So Raw happened last Monday, SmackDown happened last Friday. So they've added now 4 more matches. We're up to a total of 7 matches for this evening, at least as of right now. Who knows what Funky Monkey stuff's going to happen tonight? So we figured, why not just go ahead and throw it out there, figure out who we're predicting for, and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's gonna be fun because typically we know the card prior to, like, at least on the go home shows, and clearly by having a pay-per-view 2 weeks before the biggest show of the year, I don't know that they necessarily planned this one out all that well, but hopefully it will deliver, at least in the in-ring competition.
Yeah, it should be halfway decent. And to be technical, we do have 3 weeks until WrestleMania.
It's true, yeah, because WrestleMania is pretty late into April almost. It's like the 10th and 11th, I believe.
Yeah, so going off of Sundays alone, you've got next week the 28th, then you got the 4th, and then you have the 11th. So it's just like 20 days away.
Smacking me upside the head with that calendar math.
I know, it's weird, how that works. So, well, you want to go ahead and jump on in and talk about what's going to happen tonight?
Let me get my floaties on.
There we go. Well, let's go ahead and start with some of the newer matches that were added to the show. Let's go and start with this one right here. So we've got Shinsuke Nakamura going up against the father figure of Seth Rollins. This one kind of, like, do you feel like this had a proper build up to actually happen tonight?
I do, because they have been, okay, so Cesaro and Seth Rollins have been having like a feud for, I would say, almost a month now.
Right.
Because as soon as Seth came back at the end of February, Cesaro was already kind of like building up to his push. So these two colliding, I felt was like, a no-brainer. And in order to avoid spoiling that WrestleMania match, which is clearly going to happen, they had to kind of throw somebody in, like a little bit of road obstacle.
Right, a little speed bump.
Yeah, on the road. The Fastlane. And I think Shinsuke did make sense, based on his history with Cesaro as his tag team partner. So, going back and forth, I mean, they only had probably about 2 weeks to build this match. It's not a ton, but at least it was something. It wasn't completely last minute. And again, it made sense, at least as, again, the connection to Cesaro for both men.
Right.
And bottom line, though, even regardless of how much build, those guys can really go. And I'm really excited to see, if given time, how well that match will play out in front of the Thunderdome audience. I'm looking forward to that match, honestly, just from the in-ring standpoint.
Right. So with these 2 competitors, who do you have your money on?
I honestly think that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to beat him. And I only think that because Cesaro is going to get involved.
Interesting. See, I feel that Seth is going to win because it's going to, I think that storyline, by having Seth win, is going to further the Cesaro Seth Rollins storyline.
Yeah.
So, but my question is to everyone out there is who do you think's going to take it tonight? Do you think it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura, or do you think it's going to be Seth Rollins? Go ahead and leave that comment down below, or leave us a comment here, and we'll go ahead and share your predictions as well as we're going along. So I'm going to go and put you down for Shinsuke.
You know, I was going to say, we'll have to see like tomorrow night when we go on for the real Slam Nation, who wins, who has the most points. What do we get? What should you and I, gamble on this?
See, here's the thing. Actually, I think this would be kind of cool if, we actually do, this is the practice. This is the practice. But then, we'll start with WrestleMania and we'll go for, I have a feeling we're going to do this for a while, right? Maybe, Let's see how we go for maybe a 3 month, 6 month, or to even a year. And let's actually have a little tally total. And whoever gets the most points at the end of a time frame maybe gets a trophy or something.
I could see that.
The Slam Nation trophy or the New York Nerd Show trophy. We'll see what we come up with. I'll get my people on designing it.
Okay, I'll get my people too, and
there you go.
Put it all together.
Right on. All right, so I like that we're split on this one. That makes me happy because that way we're not just focused on the same thing. But someone who is focused is Mustafa Ali going up against Riddle for the United States Championship title. They definitely have been going back and forth, especially with all of Retribution going on one-on-one with Riddle and some other form of, whether they're teaming with Lucha House Party. I know they've also been going back and forth between the New Day. Yeah. So this is definitely kind of very personal. This one should be pretty interesting. I know Riddle kind of has been he's been doing very well, but he also seems to be he's been getting his butt kicked a lot. So I know he had a match recently against Mustafa Ali, and he was victorious. But it's is that lightning going to strike twice? What are your thoughts on this match?
I think we're going to continue with our split. I do think that, again, it might be crazy. Maybe I'm just hoping. I think Mustafa Ali is actually going to beat him for the title. I called it on Monday, and it went horribly wrong. It didn't even come close to Mustafa Ali winning it. I'm still pulling out this idea that a new member of Retribution or a new version of Retribution will come into play. Because either Mustafa Ali wins the belt and just kicks everybody else to the curb, or perhaps tonight he will actually debut a new member that will help him win the title. Again, I just try to be creative in my predictions sometimes,
right?
And that's what I'm going for. I think Mustafa Ali is going to beat him, knock idiot face off. I can't think of his name.
Riddle.
Knock Riddle off his stallion. Vroom. I think he's going to win the belt.
So here's the thing that might surprise you. I'm also going to go for Ali.
Oh, okay. All right.
But by a literally, I've written on my paper, he has a 55% chance. I'm going with that, just ever so marginally. I'm going to be going with Ali. So if by chance Riddle does pull it out, I'm just it's because again, I do think that they need to do something with Retribution.
Yeah.
And if Riddle was to come in and demolish him, or at least take the title, keep the title, I don't think that does anything for Retribution.
No, I mean that stable's been around for about 9 months now, I believe. They came out in the summer of last year, and yeah, they've accomplished nothing other than they spray painted the Thunderdome at one point, or the Performance Center. They blew up a TV, and that was about it.
You also got to consider Ali as the head of Retribution. He's the one that actually they had that angle where he led that secret out about
the stalker. He was the SmackDown stalker, and the TVs, and yeah.
So that whole thing, that angle, and that was well over about this time last year.
Yeah, I kind of want to see go back and watch some of those and see which ones came to fruition. They really dropped the ball on the Kofi Kingston thing. They had such an amazing opportunity to do the whole Kofi Kingston is what really knocked Ali off his track to success. and took him, and he succeeded last year or the year before.
Like Kofi Mania.
Yeah. And they touched on it. They mentioned it, a little bit, but they didn't go anywhere with it. And I think that those two could have had a massive, feud over that. Kofi just won the tag titles again, and Ali's just feuding with his own partners and going after Matt Riddle. So, so I think there's a lot of opportunity, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're both on Ali. So we'll see how that plays out.
Right.
Now, another one that's kind of been building up for quite some time is the Sheamus and Drew McIntyre match. This kind of evolved a little bit right after Royal Rumble when Sheamus kind of turned his back on Drew McIntyre. So it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a no-holds match, no-holds barred match.
No holds, they're just going to stare at each other?
Yes. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Hi.
A no holds barred match. So this one's going to be probably just as brutal as the match they had where the ring steps got involved, the kendo sticks. So I predict this one's going to be going all over the arena, all over the Thunderdome as well.
It's another rubber match too.
Yeah.
We talked about Ali and Riddle. That was, it's the third match in a series. These guys are having the same idea. Third match in their series.
Yep. So who do you have on this one?
Okay. Lots of opportunities here. The easy money would say McIntyre is going to beat him and then continue to go on to face Lashley. And that makes the most sense. It is possible that Sheamus wins and makes that Mania match a three-way. But my prediction for the other title would also lead to a three-way. So I don't know if WrestleMania is going to see two world title matches, both of them being a three-way. So I'm just going to go the easy way and just say that McIntyre is going to beat him in a hell of a match.
Yeah, that's what I have here, Drew. And again, the same theory is he needs that momentum going into WrestleMania, going up against Lashley. He needs to be dominant in his match tonight to solidify himself as a proper competitor against Lashley for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that one.
Can I just make a side comment, which I saw this online just the other day? Very random. Do you remember the Masterpiece Chris Masters?
Yeah, with the Master Lock.
Right. And what's the Master Lock?
It's a full Nelson.
Right. Who currently uses the full Nelson as their finisher?
Oh, Bobby Lashley.
Do you know what Bobby Lashley also has a distinction of? He is the first person to defeat the Master Lock Challenge.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so now he beat Chris Masters. He dominated that, the Master Lock Challenge, and now he uses that as his finish. If Chris Masters was in better standing with the company, I bet you they would mention that. I just think that's somebody just posted that online. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. That's so weird. So
yeah, that's interesting.
Fun fact, kids.
So speaking of interesting, we're going to go to our next match. And this one, yikes. Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton.
Sure is interesting, I guess. You're right.
That's the only one I have for it right now is interesting because I don't know exactly what they're doing with this. They haven't really said it's an actual match. So I'm curious as to what truly is going to transpire from the events of tonight. I'm pretty certain that we're both that we're making the same prediction that the Fiend is coming back tonight.
I think he's going to come back tonight in one fashion. I'm hoping that you don't see him. I remember years ago when the Fiend character debuted, if I'm not mistaken, it was at SummerSlam and it was against Finn Balor. This is 3 years ago, I think, at this point. And just the notion that he actually debuted the character, look and all, against an opponent at a big show, I think the WWE just has to hold on, has to do it in front of a live audience at WrestleMania. It's the first time, they've had a live show in over a year. I just think that's when they need to show the Fiend, show what he looks like.
Right. Fiend 2.0.
Yeah. And I think that's what they really need to do. Tonight, though, I'm sure we're going to see some shenanigans where, like, the lights will go off. You'll hear the voice cackling and laughing. But seeing him in person, so here's what I was thinking about this yesterday. I bet you Randy Orton is going to beat Randy Orton tonight. I know. They're going to do something with, in the middle of this Alexa Bliss to do. I would not be surprised if they get some guy to wear the Randy Orton hoodie that he's had, shaved head, guys. You don't see his face, and just like he'll come into the ring and just RKO Randy Orton. Because Randy Orton was on the screen talking to himself and some heated, a distorted voice. So that might be how Alexa Bliss gets out of the match, or Randy Orton pins him, and then you see the whole Fiend laughing or whatever.
Right. Interesting
company, by the way.
I that's an interesting concept. I kind of like that. Definitely, this is going to, because with the pandemic happening, ever since WrestleMania last year, they've definitely gone the way of your theatrical production matches.
Right.
You had your Boneyard match with Taker and Styles. You had your John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. That match that was very thematic.
Right.
So I feel like this is definitely going to be that same thing where you're not going to have your Thunderdome watching in. Those the camera, like the lights will go down and something of that happens. Now you've predicted that we won't see the Fiend tonight.
Yeah.
But what about Bray Wyatt?
Okay, so like without all the gimmick, just
like Firefly Funhouse, Bray Wyatt. What percentage would you give on that?
I would say -20, only because I don't want it to happen. However, I could see it happen, because he has like multiple gimmicks now. I just want to see the physical transformation of Bray Wyatt, totally fresh and unknown, because I mean, we don't know if Bray Wyatt has gotten himself in just a crazy, like, physical shape too.
Right.
And I think that, stunning appearance could be like cool too. Because, here's the deal. I'm not in the greatest of shape, but he had a bit of a belly,
right.
and I could see like that could make him look even more intimidating itself. Just like, oh my God, he's not going to be Braun Strowman, but like I think that whole thing could be like a pretty cool thing. But it could be. You might see Bray Wyatt's face even on the cameras,
right?
Like they did with Alexa Bliss a couple weeks ago. You know, I don't think it's just going to be like ring the bell, roll up of doom, and it's not going to be that. There's going to be like a whole lot of production values to this.
Gotcha. So, final prediction. Your guess is
Alexa Bliss is going to pin him after an RKO from a doppelganger Randy Orton.
Interesting.
And I just want to put out there, Candace Jones. Hey, what's your prediction of the Bray Wyatt match? Is that Alexa Bliss going to win, or is Randy Orton going to win?
Yeah, let us know who you have, whether it's a Randy Orton or Alexa Bliss. All righty. Well, that concludes the 4 new matches. So let's go ahead and dive into those that were already called upon and we knew about beforehand. And so one of them is for the Intercontinental title. You've got Big E going up against the new, improved, redesigned Apollo Crews. So definitely they had their moment on Friday when they were doing the split screen interview, and Big E is like, you know what, let's do this now, and gets up and walks through the Thunderdome, gets on the golf cart and is like, where are you, I'm gonna find you.
Reminded me of WrestleMania 17. Do you remember the hardcore title match with Kane, Big Show, and Raven, where they were chasing each other in golf carts?
No, I don't remember that one.
It was a pretty funny match, but it wasn't intended to be. But that's all I could think of was one with golf carts used previously. But yeah, it was kind of ridiculous for
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who that actually plays out, and who's going to see if Big E is going to go full biblical on Apollo's cruise, or if his new persona, his acceptance of his identity is going to shine through. So with that, what is your prediction for tonight? Who's going to walk out as the current or new IC champion?
Oh man. It really okay. Apollo Crews in many ways has to at least deliver a fantastic match for
Right.
his new version of his character to really stand out. And Apollo Crews is super capable of delivering in the ring. Because even when he was like with Titus Worldwide, maybe even when he was like, as a low card guy, he always had the capability of good matches, just how he was booked.
Right.
So, God, I mean, I think Big E's gonna win, but I would not be shocked if Apollo does win. I'd imagine if Apollo wins, it's going to be through nefarious means. But you could put him over and have him beat him clean too. I don't know. It depends what they have like predicted and planned for the next 3 weeks going into WrestleMania.
Right.
But I guess push comes to shove. I got to give you an answer. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Big E.
Okay.
I've gone back and forth. I know for a month.
What that means they're doing? That means they're doing their job right, as far as storyline wise.
Right.
If you're like, I don't know. So I also am going for Big E. Which, looking at our sheet here, we started off as enemies, but the rest of the other 4 matches we've been on the same par. So
I'll go for Apollo then, because I've been back and forth on that guy. Just to make it interesting, I will go for Apollo. I think that it'll do him well. I'm going for Apollo then.
All right. Well, my question to you all out there is, who do you think, Big E or Apollo Crews? Who's going to walk out as the Intercontinental Champion tonight? Go ahead and leave us a comment down below, or go ahead and send us that message, and we'll share your predictions as well. All right. We've got 2 matches left. We're going to go ahead and save the big one for last. And we're going to go ahead and talk about the women's match. So we've got the women's tag team matches.
It was a call from Shayna Baszler. She's trying to convince me to like her as a wrestler.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, send her to voicemail.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler going up against the.
By the way, one of our viewers does enjoy the Apollo's new career as well.
Well, I do hope we'll see what happens with his character tonight. But yes, then we got Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. They're going up against the tag team champions tonight. Who do you have on this one? I know you've got your strong feelings for it.
I really do. This whole thing it irked me. Like, I think nothing else on WWE television these days. I absolutely love Sasha Banks. She's probably been my favorite women's wrestler since NXT. She's just always got like these real mannerisms, in the sense of like she genuinely she basically, the way she wrestles, she wants to win. Like the little like was in there about like how she would stomp somebody's hand when she's got her in a submission. But before I go on this whole big diatribe about Sasha Banks, bottom line is this whole storyline makes no sense. I've never liked it in the past, where the champion and the challenger become crazy rivals. Oh, but now they apparently have to be put together as a tag team.
Right.
I don't know why they're getting a title shot. They've lost every match, including the last time they fought the tag team title holders, Sasha Banks and Nia Jax. They lost against them at Elimination Chamber. Why are they the contenders? You've got Natty and Tamina. They've won multiple times. Why are they not the competitors right now? The contenders. Contenders, is that even a word? So even for the kayfabe type of look, it doesn't make any sense, right?
Right.
And I just don't want it. I think just having some kind of, there's other ways to do it. If they win the titles tonight, I'm going to be annoyed. If they lose if they lose the match tonight, what was the purpose?
Right.
So my prediction for this, I am going to pause it. I'm going to go downstairs, get dinner. I'm going to come back up, and then I'm going to hit live, and they'll have skipped the whole match. No, but in all seriousness, though, I am going to watch the match. I'm going to enjoy it. I mean, these four do put out, a lot of work for sure, and I respect them for that. I do think that they're going to put the belts on Sasha and Bianca because, again, why else would they keep having this match? I think that they're going to win the belts tonight.
Yeah, I kind of have feeling the same thing. I just feel that the tension between Nia and Shayna are really building up, that they may have a match at WrestleMania together. So I'm definitely going to go with Banks and Belair.
Okay, so you're going the same way. Where does that leave, though, the belts in general at Mania?
What do you mean, the tag belts?
Yeah, I mean, they're just not going to have a defense, or are they going to pull double duty if that goes this way?
I think that they may have a match and then lose them to possibly like Natty and Tamina.
Like before Mania?
Yeah. Well, maybe that will be Saturday night, and then they have their match Sunday night for the women's title, women's champions SmackDown title.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, especially now that they have 2 nights at Mania. Yeah.
So who do you think is going to take it, Baszler, Jax, or Banks and Belair? Definitely give us your comments. Now, we've definitely been talking a lot about the pay-per-view tonight. Now, the question is, how are you going to be actually watch it tonight? Are you going to watch it on the WWE Network, or have you already signed up for your Peacock subscription? Go.
Yeah, so some of us are definitely like going to be holding on to it, because it's interesting. They've been talking about how I don't know if you got a message in your email, Lord Cash, but they said that the WWE Network's gonna be continuing until it was like mid-April, and then they're gonna prorate the $9.99 like to give us like a half refund or a partial refund.
Right.
So I'm curious how that goes, and I'm doing Fastlane on Peacock tonight to see how that even happens and how smooth it is. So additionally, that's kind of a ramble, but WWE Network, from what I understand, the Peacock thing is only domestic. So like in the UK, and I think even Canada, the WWE Network is still going to be continuing over there.
Okay.
Their deal is only domestic. Again, from what I understand, I could be completely wrong. It happens, but I think that it might be just a domestic thing. But bringing it back around, I guess, are you going to watch it tonight, though, on Peacock, or are you going to go for the network?
Well, I've already signed up for Peacock, and so I'm going to check it out, see, like, kind of how we talked about earlier, is see how the production value is, if there's any bugs on the Peacock brand. If it does have any hiccups or anything, then I can always flip over to the W Network. But for those that have not signed up, here's a little shameless plug for them. If you use the Peacock Mania promo code, you will get 4 months of Peacock Premium for only $9.99. That is $2.50 per month for the first 4 months, and then it will go to the normal $4.99 a month plan for the Peacock Premium. And then if you want to do upgrade to the Peacock the Premium Plus, then that's the $9.99 with no commercials, and you'll be able to like download content to your phone and watch it offline. So like I said, if you haven't done it, there's an option for you there. You can pretty much get 4 months of Peacock Premium for 1 month's price of WWE Network. So
I mean, this whole Peacock thing's a no-brainer as long as it goes, because for $10, I mean, yeah, you can get The Office as well. I mean, anything else you want to watch, it's like you're just getting more content.
All righty. Well, our last match is going to be for the Universal title. You've got Roman Reigns going up against Daniel Bryan. Edge won the match on Friday night, so he's going to be the special enforcer against this match. Who do you have for the win?
I'm going Daniel Bryan. Well, no, I'm not. Okay. So Roman Reigns is going to win. I think it's because Edge is going to try to do something. It's going to backfire, but I do think ultimately it's leading to a 3-way at WrestleMania. All I'm thinking about is like 3-ways, 4-ways, and all these multi-competitor matches. I think this is the one, though, because Daniel Bryan will have nobody to fight at WrestleMania if he doesn't go into this match, because there's nobody he's been programmed with so far. I think you're having a 3-way for this belt.
All right. Well, I've got Roman as well, because I just feel that he's going to be the better draw for Roman and Edge. But again, we'll see if that three-way happens between for the Universal title. So, but I've got our list here. So we will see tomorrow night. I would definitely say check back with us tomorrow night at 7:00 Eastern time on Monday night, and we will definitely have all that stuff that we're going to be able to talk about to find out who actually won. But yeah, anything else you kind of wanted to add before we jump on out of here for the day?
A lot of stuff, but I'll keep it, short and sweet. Thanks for joining us. We do appreciate all the viewership for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Check out Fastlane tonight on Peacock or the WWE Network. Starts at 7:00. And check us back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for Eastern time to see how we did. So until then, later.
Adios.